the computer volume, yeah.
Can we talk about how you blame everything on everything else?
Can we talk about how I literally wouldn't even go into the sound settings, advanced sound settings, sound control panel, microphone volume, and then turn it all the way up to 100 so it peaks?
Hey everybody, welcome to the Pipsqueaks Podcast.
Welcome back.
Episode 6. Extremely aggressive but low energy intro for our inaugural sixth episode.
No, what they do.
Every episode is the inaugural of whatever that is.
Oh, okay, I think I'm wrong then.
Listen, so we're busting out of the gate heavy. I got something for you.
Okay, go.
Here we go.
Thank you.
This is a philosophical question, and this is gonna make your mind fucking run in circles. We're skipping the whole how was your week, how you doing, how you feeling, and we're just going right into the meat and potatoes. You ready for it?
Oh damn, yeah, we're just going. Okay.
How many times?
Okay, I'm just processing.
Listen. You got to take it in. It's like a cake. You can't pause to talk to anybody. You just eat it. Okay.
I don't like cake.
Just devour. Just absorb what I'm telling you. In nourishment.
Okay, you gotta go. You're losing my head.
If you had a friend, big if.
I wish.
How many times, and be honest, don't just crackle one off and answer. I expect at least 3 seconds of thought on this one.
Okay.
Don't just crackle it out. If you had a friend, how many times would he have to barf on you before you got mad? Really think about it.
It depends.
Everybody has a number. See, I'm glad you said it depends, but I don't want to hear that. I want to hear your number. Everybody has
But it completely depends on the scenario.
It does. So give me your number. You don't have to preface it. Just give me a number. What? How many times? Just base level.
Wait. How good of friends are we?
Say you're good enough to the point where you probably wouldn't get mad the first time. Your friend barfs on you. How many times before? Like how many days in a row? Yeah, you know what? Not how many times. How many days in a row does your friend yak on you before you get mad?
Like 2.
2?
If it's like I know him just well enough that I maybe don't get mad the first time, yeah.
2.
What, are you pissed at 1?
No, man. I'm learning a lot about you right now.
Are you that I don't like being thrown up on?
Well, no one likes being thrown up on, but like...
Again, if it's like if my friend is dying of some disease or like is deathly sick and they throw up on me while I'm trying to fucking save their life, that's different.
Yeah, like, but what if we're hanging out?
What if they get and we're wasted every time I'm with them and they throw up on me and then I'm pissed at for 1?
There's no drugs or alcohol involved. It's just he just yaks on you, just like straight up.
Well, then he has something wrong with it.
He's got something wrong with it. So you're gonna be mad about it? Let's say I puke on you. Let's say we're on day 7. It's day 7. I've yacked on you 6 times, and I just bust a nasty yak all over you out of nowhere. You mad at me? Are you mad at me yet? Or are you like, dude, something's wrong with you? Like, where does your threshold lie?
I'll probably take you to the hospital.
What if I didn't want to go, and then I refused and then yacked at you again?
And I'm calling 911 and be like, I got a puking bitch here. I don't know why.
You're going to call the cops on me for being sick?
Did I say the cops? The paramedics come with 911 too.
No, paramedics have their own number. One time I called the cops on some guy because he was beating on like a store door. And I was like, I'm going to be the good guy. And like, what if there's like girls in there and they're like afraid, or like there's some dudes in there like cleaning, like there's young kids and like this, and then like fucking, this dude's just beating on the liquor store door and he's like, yo, I want my alcohol. And he's like, I can't not have my alcohol. And I'm going to fucking like kill somebody. Right. So I called the cops. I said, hey, there's this dude beating on this store door. What do I do? And they were like, where's it at? And I got all technical, and I was like, well, it's northbound. The wind is blowing approximately at eastbound, and it's going to 23 miles an hour exactly. And then I lick my finger. I go, and I hold it out the window, and I'm like, yeah, exactly. And then I taste the dirt, and I'm like, the sediment in this ground tells me that there was recently a diesel vehicle came by, which means that probably recently there was some sort of delivery to some place because like a truck is a diesel truck, right? And then like I was like, listen, you got to come get this dude. He is a danger to himself and to everybody around him. And then the girl came and unlocked the door and opened it, and the guy worked there. Smacks lips.
Okay. Well, let's
what do
just
you
add
tell the
some
cops
other
at
stuff.
that point?
One time I called the cops on myself because I was 9 years old on my laptop at my friend's house, and it was 3 a.m, and I was trying to fucking play games on one of them. You know those stupid game sites that they used to have?
Yeah, like Miniclip?
You know, not yeah, but it was like a knockoff one. I forgot what I was trying to play because I was trying to play a game that like you had to pay money for, but I was trying to get around it because I was 9.
Nice.
And I ended up clicking one of them little side things, the ads. You know how they all used to be like viruses, and I got a virus. And it took my picture on my laptop and said, the FBI is coming for you. And I called the cops almost crying. I was like, are the cops on the way? And she was like, I don't think they are. And I was like, okay.
They are.
And I stayed up all night. I thought I was done for at 9 years old. I thought I was going for life.
That's a big character. Like, that's a big show of your character right there. You were like, I gotta like just like figure this out, and then you're gonna stay up all night so scared you're gonna get in trouble with the law.
And like the next morning, I showed my friend's dad, and I was like, I can't use my laptop anymore. Like this, I was just trying to play games,
and he was like silly infant and smacked you in the face, and he's like, man up.
Actually, no, he fixed it.
That's it.
He got rid of the whole virus. Yeah.
Dads can fix anything, can't they?
I mean, I understand what he did now because I'm older, but yeah.
I wouldn't know.
He just reset the computer. He just kind of wiped the hard drive. There was nothing on the laptop really anyway. He's like, yeah, we'll just factory reset it.
Dude, back in the day, like when you were 9, dude, we were still running floppy disks for like Club Penguin and shit.
No, we weren't.
We weren't? That was just me? Remember when mouses? A mouse, like a clicky mouse in plural mode, is that fucking meese or is it mouse? Mice. No, mice, right? Like deer. No, like it's not deers, it's deer. So is it?
We're not talking about an animal, but we're talking about an object.
Yeah, but it's named after an animal.
How do you know they just share a name? But I think the plural.
Okay, I'm gonna invent a super cool paper airplane that's half aluminum, half chloroform, and call it a car. And then no one's gonna be like, they named it after the car. Then I'm gonna be like, no, it's just the name. That sounds stupid, doesn't it?
No, because there's a gun called a car.
Yeah, it was spelled different. It's a K-A-R. And isn't it a car 96?
98, but good try.
Oh no, the Russians are coming for me.
Car 98's German.
Is it German? God.
Yes.
Those Pipsqueaks boys, so racist. Fucking don't know your geography and all that crap.
Geography? Wow.
Is that not the word? Listen, so mice, right? So the mouse, remember when it used to have the big ball underneath it? And that was how it would track movement?
The hard-boiled egg.
Yeah, I used to get it stuck up in the mouse because I would slam it on the keyboard so hard because I would rage beyond my years, and I would rage so aggressively. And literally, could you give just a shot in the dark at what I was raging at? Just anything.
I mean, I don't know when you started playing RuneScape, but I would assume
that's a good guess. I'm gonna give you another hint. Club Penguin, right? Can you guess maybe the specifics?
Maybe. So you were playing Club Penguin?
I was playing Club Penguin.
So the specifics. So yeah. I'm thinking you're either playing the minecart game.
You got it.
Okay.
Nail on the head. You got it. The minecart game. That was my fucking jam. I would plug the dial up. I'd put it right into that tower, that fucking Dell tower. Wait for that giant dome screen thing to turn on. It'd make that horrific dial up noise. That fucking crazy ass bullshit. And then I'd grab that mouse with the fucking hard-boiled thing in it. I'd go in there, I'd slam that fucking space bar and nail that game. I had the high score, like the all-time high score. I was the Club Penguin.
No, you didn't.
Shut up.
My favorite was, like the crazy card game that you could get really good at?
I only played the card game.
I thought you just said you...
I only played the card game. The minecart game? Did you say card or cart?
Card.
Yeah, well, I said cart.
Yeah. You remember the card game?
I just told you I only played the minecart game.
Oh, literally meant that you got on Club Penguin specifically to play a crappy minecart game.
I really only played that game. That was like how I would what's the word? Farm.
Get it out
for money. Wait, another character building question for you. Let me just cut that nonsense off right now.
Pop Tropica?
Wait, what?
Oh, never mind.
Pop Tropica?
Never mind. Just go with what you were saying. I thought that was the character building one.
Oh no, it's gone.
Are you dumb?
Can I tell you where my mind went? You said Pop Tropica, and then I thought Toco Chico, like the water, And then I was like, he didn't say. He said Pop Tropica, and I was like, is that the Zoo Tycoons game? That's where my mind went in like that whole circuit, like that
that's
fast.
Why you lost it.
Yeah, and then I was like, what was I gonna say?
Pop Tropical water Zoo Tycoon. No.
Dude, I was the worst Zoo Tycoon. I put the whales right next to the sheep, and they didn't fucking know what was going on. No one would come. No one would pay for that. No one like, you want to see the whale and then the sheep like right after. Like I had no sense. I was like, why don't people want to see my shit?
Why did I put all the fish on opposite ends of the park?
It's the same with The Sims. I would deck my house out to the point where like, and I refused to use cheat codes, dude. I was like a diehard like, I played Sims to simulate living in like the hood. Like I was like, I only want a half sink and like a fucking like a half door, and then like and fucking and like a half couch, and like.
You think the hood just has only half things?
So Pop Tropica, what's that all about? Wait, what was Pop Tropica?
I simulated the hood. I had a half couch.
Dude, chill with that, dude. Sims was my game. Don't hate on me, dude.
I still play The Sims.
Dude, I would still play The Sims.
I have The Sims 4, which isn't as good as The Sims 3, and definitely not as good as The Sims 2. But
how do you make a game like The Sims, which is so simple, and then you dare let the fourth not be as good as the third? Like, how do you not upgrade? How do you not hit the upgrade button every time?
Think about it like this. What was The Sims that you played? The third one?
Back when Dell had like a fucking laptop. It was like, dude, I had like a Dell laptop. When I played Sims, I was still using LimeWire to download music.
Nice. You got on viruses just to burn a disk.
Yeah, and then I got FrostWire after that.
Yeah, I had FrostWire on my phone a while ago.
You can get FrostWire on your phone?
If you have an Android, you can download anything from FrostWire.
See, I had an Android, and I remember downloading like a LimeWire app because obviously Apple would never. Apple is your preppy friend that would never even consider getting like getting like a girl off the side of the road, like, you know what I mean. But like your Android friend is the guy who's like, dude, that's all I do. Like I've never even had a serious relationship.
I don't think those.
No.
I don't think it's quite like that.
Okay, wait, no. Maybe it's no. So your iPhone friend he's the guy who like he will like grab steak off the shelf at the grocery store, and then when he's almost to the register and he's like, wait, I don't want this, he'll go and put it back. Right, yes. where he got it. But your Android friend is the guy who's going to grab it, and then he's like halfway to the register, and he's like, you know, I don't want this, so he hides it behind like a Coke bottle.
Yeah, that one worked. See, you went way extreme with it at first.
See,
you're like Apple is like steady relationships. Android picks up hookers.
Well, I mean, if you're that like just blunt about it, yeah, it doesn't sound great.
How it is.
Okay, all right. So, anyways,
what was I gonna?
Pop Tropica.
But The Sims 4 kind of blows. I want to just kind of finish this thought. Sims 4 kind of blows because it's like back in the Sims 3 days. That's the one I mostly grew up playing. That and number 2. But either way, you could do like everything, right? That's the whole point of the Sims, like live a life, and you could buy a car. In the Sims 4, you're not allowed to buy cars.
Why?
And that's like immersion break. I can't. You have to like take a taxi everywhere. That's fucking stupid.
I don't live in the city. I didn't play the Sims to simulate city life.
Yeah, but I usually pick like in the desert. There's like only 2 places to live on every map. There's 2 maps and there's 2 houses that you can buy.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wait,
and on the old
houses Sims, are like plots of land?
Well, there's like 3 plots of land. There's like a plot of land per. There's like the rich neighborhood, the poor neighborhood, and the middle class. There's a plot of land in each, and then there's a house in the low and middle.
Can you guess which class I would pick?
You're low class. You said you simulate the hood. You're trying to make it out of there. Actually, you're trying to make it in. We make it in the hood with this one.
Listen, how do I get into the hood? You got to cut everything in half.
Yeah, I got everything. What are you doing? I'm sawing this boat in half.
I sawed this boat in half. I wish that my editing skills were good enough to make like a whooshy noise and bring us back to the first podcast for a couple seconds.
Pop Tropica was another game, a lot like it was on a website, just like Club Penguin.
Oh, you already
you were like me. I thought it was something dude.
Completely different. You're a dude.
No, you were a little guy. There was islands that you had to go between, and there was missions on each one of the islands, and it was like a side-scrolling platform game, kind of. I guess that's the way to put it. And you just had to go through and complete all the worlds. There was like 10 of them.
That's Pop Tropica?
You can download it on phones now. You can get it on your phone.
The fuck?
Yeah, it's cool though. It was fun.
One time,
I never beat any of the worlds. I didn't care enough to.
For those interested, I have an Android. It's a Droid Turbo, and it still has Flappy Bird on it.
Damn.
12 G's starting offer.
I'll give you 15
my
right
business
now.
I don't want it from you. My business Gmail is in the description. Hit me up. I'll pay. Now you pay for shipping because it's valuable.
I agree.
Send me the $13.95 for shipping. It's yours. I lost the charger, the case, the screen's broken, and the audio doesn't work.
But it does have
Flappy Bird's in there. If you're a coding guy, you'll know it's in there. You just got to plug it into a computer.
You know, if it's a coding guy, I'm pretty sure they can make the game themselves because that game probably wasn't extremely hard to make. They took a Mario level, put a bird, and said the bird goes up every time you tap.
Listen, did Elon Musk invent Flappy Bird?
Probably.
Then it's near impossible if he didn't do it. If somebody got to that first, like, the guy who invented Flappy Bird, who just happened to walk through that fucking door first and be like,
Bird.
He is the person, it's the biggest getaway of all time. He literally made it, was like, milked it, and then dipped.
See, but like, did he milk it? There were ads. There were ads?
Yeah, there were ads. It would run like one ad when you started it, if I remember correctly. And then you remember how big that game was. Like, I don't know how much ad revenue you get from like apps, but I would assume it's damn good because the market for apps is like huge.
Right.
And you see how many ads that they stuff into some of those games. Like, it's every 3 seconds.
Yeah, you could just get around that, right?
I have an iPhone, so no, I can't play your evil shenanigans, Android boy.
You just throw airplane mode on.
Stop.
The ads go. They don't have internet connection. You can't load the ads.
Yeah, but I only play internet games. A lot of apps like games won't let you connect to the game unless you are connected to internet.
What games are you playing on your phone that require internet?
8-ball pool, because I'm a fucking shark.
Okay.
You want to go right now?
Hold up.
You want to go right now? We can do an 8-ball. We can do a live 8-ball pool right now.
While talking?
While talking.
I will smack you in 8-ball.
You won't. I'll shark you, literally.
Look, I'm going to be honest. I don't know what that means.
Loan shark? Table shark? Pool shark? You don't know what it means because you never got.
First of all, sidebar. I heard a dog.
Yes, you did. That's my dog.
I hear a dog again. This is unprofessional.
Well, you're gonna have to deal with it. This podcast is coming live from the bathtub.
Yours is live from the bathtub. Mine's live from the United States-Canada border.
I just started Game of Thrones earlier today.
Horrible. I've seen so many snippets of every season because I used to hang out with a friend that watched it all the time. And I'd watch like 15, 20 minutes of it, of like every couple episodes. I was like, I love medieval stuff, by the way. It's my favorite thing of all time.
Right.
That looked like trash.
Take it from me. Promise you.
It's trash.
No, take it from me. Listen. I'm A1 with the trash, and I'm down to say shit sucks, and I'm down to say it ain't good, and I'm the first person to drop a TV show as soon as I can't handle it anymore. Game of Thrones was trash at the beginning. When I watched it for the first time, I started Game of Thrones. We're getting on a serious note now. I got like points to make. When I started Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad the same day a couple years ago, and by a couple I mean like 6 years ago. And I rented them from a family video, rest in peace. And I put them DVDs in my PlayStation, and I watched the first episode of both and hated them both. And to this day, now where I live at this moment in my life,
because you're old.
Yeah, no, it honestly is the maturity. It's the age. It's the gray hair.
Look, man.
Listen, listen. Breaking Bad, one of the best shows I've ever watched. We talked about this. I hated it at first. It took at least a couple episodes for me to get into it. I've watched it 3 times. Game of Thrones, I hated it even more than Breaking Bad at first. It was so weird. It looked like puppet show bullshit. And I just didn't like it. And I just spent like 4 hours watching it. And I am invested. And if you like medieval stuff, if you can power through, I will give you my HBO account. I will give you
It's unnecessary.
What is unnecessary?
That, because I'm not going to watch it.
Come on, man.
I don't like it. I really don't.
You said you saw snippets.
Snippets of weird shit.
What do you mean weird shit?
There's like sex every other. It's like weird sex.
Okay,
and
I'm like 9. I'm like 7 episodes in, an hour each, and I've seen 2 sex scenes.
Just wait, because I've seen some scenes from that show that are like, what? This is not just a TV show.
Listen, man, you can't be afraid of a little skin. Okay.
It's not a little skin. It's like a little skin, and then there's like a weird paddle, and then the girl's crying, and he's like smacking the shit out. And like, what is happening?
See, you don't understand, man. That's like the inaugural. That's how she becomes queen.
What?
I'm just kidding. I don't know, but I'm sure there's something to it. I promise you, I would not steer you wrong. Listen,
I'm not watching.
Steer you. Why?
It's not happening.
Why?
Because I don't want. It just doesn't seem interesting.
Listen, what if? Listen, imagine you hadn't seen Stranger Things, and you were like, I don't like.
No. This doesn't work like that.
Why? You said you love medieval stuff. I also know you like synthwave, and synthwave is very synthy and 80s.
Because there's not going to be strange sex scenes with 12-year-old children.
All right, listen, you got to grow up. Okay, there's boobs and wiener in the world. And you got to be willing to see them.
I don't feel like watching a show because that kind of stuff does not. I don't care about that.
I don't either, dude. I honestly skipped it the first time I saw it because it was unnecessary. But I'm coming around. Not that I like it. It's not like amazing.
I'm coming around. I like the sex scenes.
Listen,
it's not. I'm not like in an immature way. It just seems like a waste of time. I don't care.
The show's an hour long every episode. There's like 2 20-second sex scenes in it. What do you mean
That's
waste?
A lot.
Oh, come
Not
on.
2.
Come on.
There was one like every episode after like whatever season.
I know this friend that you're referring to. What season was he on?
One of the late ones, because there was only like a season left. He was like, I'm waiting for the last season.
So I do know that it kind of declines in quality towards the end. And I did my Reddit research, which, I mean, it's Reddit, so it can be a number of different sources and blah, blah, blah. And you can either decide to trust Reddit or not. But I did my Reddit research. I was like, is this show even worth watching? And then this person was like, listen, in all honesty, if you like medieval stuff, character development.
I don't.
You don't like medieval stuff? I thought you liked medieval stuff.
I don't like character development. I want everyone to be bland.
Okay, all right. Well, okay, for people who like character development, let this be an official statement on Game of Thrones. And partnered by Jesus Is My Wheel, or r/Jesus Is My Wheel. I think that was the guy's name.
Okay.
He says, and I loosely quote him. He said,
loosely quote Jesus is my wheel.
Jesus is my wheel. Yeah, I'm gonna put his like ad in the fucking description. Everybody can go Reddit him and be like, yo, thanks. Basically he was like, it's really good. The later seasons are slightly disappointing, but as a whole, it's a really good experience and it's a nice binging show. And I was like, listen, that's cool with me. And I started it, and then I was honestly like, I paused the episode halfway through the beginning, and I was like, I might not like this. I went and got a snack, came back, chilled back down, and I started watching it again. And then there was like a thing that happened in the first and second episode that I was like, this is interesting. And as I kind of kept going, I was like, oh, I'm invested. I gotta know what happens now. Like, It's honestly really good.
Look, man, and this is the thing.
What?
Back in the day, whenever Game of Thrones was out,
okay,
the reason I'm never gonna watch it,
no,
is because Game of Thrones fans wouldn't shut the hell up about how people needed to watch Game of Thrones.
You're gonna let that be the thing. I am. You're gonna let everybody else. I wish that you hadn't seen Stranger Things and everybody was like, "Yo, it's so good."
Actually, that's exactly how it went.
You're contradicting yourself.
No, because that seems cool. Game of Thrones seems fucking lame.
You said you like medieval stuff.
I do.
What's so lame about
that medieval stuff seems just lame. It just doesn't. I don't like TV show medieval stuff.
It's not. I totally get what you're saying, but like it's more lore based.
Like I've seen the CGI and stuff, and it's like this just seems like they're trying way too hard.
See, I had a problem with the CGI at first too, but then I started to see how it developed because the CGI in the first season is kind of whack, but like it gets better.
I just don't like it. It just doesn't seem cool. I like how we're having a full-blown discussion about Game of Thrones.
We're about to turn this whole podcast into the GOT podcast. I swear to God. It's just like, if you watch the first season or like a couple episodes and you were like, yo, I can't, then I would be like, yo, for real, that's cool. But you're like, I watched almost
the entire first season.
No, you did not. Because you would have prefaced with that. You are a liar. You're a damn liar because you started this by saying snippets. You would have empowered your argument by saying I saw in the first season. There's
a thing. There's the kid up in the tower and the dude and the lady, and he pushes the kid out of the tower. The kid fucking dies, and then there's something else that happens. I don't remember. It was a long time ago, but I did watch
that statement the entire first season. That statement in itself tells me you did not finish the first episode. You did not pass the first episode.
I was not paying attention.
See, that's
because I did not give a shit. Dude, it was so boring. It sucked. I was sitting there watching it like, this fucking blows. It's a bunch of talking. There is nothing happening.
I will give you that is the first episode was super boring, like 100%. That's why I dumped it the first time.
But it was my old friend. He used to live here. He used to live at my house, and he was like, I'm watching Game of Thrones. So I sat there like behind him, and I watched like half of the first episode.
Okay.
And the rest of it, I was on my phone for the rest of the fucking season.
You didn't give it a
chance. It all in one day. It's stupid.
Oh man, it's different. It hits different. How many years ago was that?
3?
That's a long time. See, I hated it too. We'd be having the same conversation if I was where I was before I started it, because I hated it the first time too. I was like, it's boring, it's stupid. I didn't make it past the first episode.
I've seen like some of the action scenes or whatever the hell, like I just don't like it. I don't like the layout. I just don't like it.
Well, I mean, I wish that you had seen more than the first episode and honestly sunk your teeth into it. I wish that you had seen more and sunk your teeth into it so you can be like, these are the reasons why I don't like it. But if you're gonna take it at face value and not like it, then that is also cool.
There are so many shows that I won't watch.
Well, what's another one?
I probably won't ever watch Breaking Bad. I know it's good. Yeah. I'm not gonna watch it. I don't have the attention for that. It has to be I don't watch movies and TV. It has to be very specific.
I see.
Stranger Things is very in a specific category.
Yeah.
It has to be like right. I love Lord of the Rings. I won't watch them again. I don't have the attention span anymore.
I wouldn't watch them again either.
But I love them. I think they're damn perfect.
I
won't watch them again. I love them. Oh, you don't like those, but you like fucking Game of Thrones.
See, this is exactly. See, look at this animosity. Look at this animosity.
Because Lord of the Rings is widely.
Can I be honest? Like Game of Thrones is one of the biggest TV shows of all time, and it's one of the most deep lore books of all time.
Oh, it's not.
George R.R. Martin wrote that shit, and it's like one of the most deep lore concoctions
Tolkien's
like ever.
Better.
Who?
Okay.
What's better?
Right.
Wait, no, what did you say? I didn't hear it.
No, shut up.
Don't get all at me like that. We're on the podcast. Be professional. Don't be like, your mic skipped. I didn't hear it. What did you say?
Tolkien's better.
What's Tolkien?
Wow, wrote Lord of the Rings.
Oh, did he? Oh, I haven't seen Lord of the Rings.
See?
Do you see how I feel now? I've only seen snippets and I don't like it. So,
yeah, but
what?
Okay.
It's the exact same argument.
No, it's not, because Lord of the Rings has been out since the fucking 90s.
Yeah, but it's also super, super long and it's not worth it.
No, it's not. It's a movie. You're telling me you're gonna watch like 13 seasons of Game of Thrones that are an hour long? That's 13 straight hours.
The total runtime is 7.5 hours for Game of Thrones. I think the total runtime for Lord of the Rings isn't it like 20 hours?
No.
What is it? Is it longer?
No. If you add The Hobbit, maybe, but those are completely different movies.
I've heard The Hobbit are really good. Do you like The Hobbit?
Yes.
What's better?
Lord of the Rings, because it's the original, like the classic.
Okay, wait. You know what? You want to settle this whole dealio right here with this unfairness? You don't like Star Wars, right? Or
I don't hate it.
You've either never seen it or you don't like it. Which was it?
I've never seen it, and it's not that I don't think I'd like it. It's just again another thing that I probably will never watch.
But you've seen a lot of snippets, as has everybody, right?
I've seen actually all of the old, like the classic movies. I don't really remember it though.
Well, yeah, no one does.
No, well, because it was fresh out the dentist. I had a crown put in, and I was like high, and I was eating soup on my aunt's couch watching the original Star Wars movies.
Would you recommend to me to watch Lord of the Rings?
If that's what you are into.
Well, I mean, I like Harry Potter and like Game of Thrones and like medieval stuff and shit like that. So it's like I feel like I would like it, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever had a show where you like want someone else to watch it because you want them to experience what you experienced?
So you're doing this for Game of Thrones, aren't you?
No. I'm just curious, honestly, because that's how I felt originally about Game of Thrones. But I'm curious if you feel the same way.
I did once, but then I realized that people don't care.
Oh damn! You just became like a sadist out of it. You were just like, fuck that.
Well, no, because I had a friend, that I really wanted to watch Stranger Things. I was like, dude, this show is super cool.
That would hurt. That would hurt me.
And I was like, just watch this. And he watched the first episode and just completely lost interest and was like, it's the same thing with me in Game of Thrones, but he was like, I don't like it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I felt it for like an hour, and then I was like, you know what? I just don't care anymore.
You just can't care.
The guy, I like it. I was like,
I don't
and then
care.
He ended up watching Riverdale.
Is that good?
No, that's horrible. That show was horrible.
I mean, everybody has their own taste and stuff like that. I guess.
No, that show is like known for being bad.
Oh, well, that's upsetting.
Like, because the acting is absolutely
At least we're arguing over shows and movies that are considered really good.
You know what I mean? It's just considered
like
horrible.
Game of Thrones is considered one of the best shows. Lord of the Rings is iconic. Star Wars is iconic. Breaking Bad is one of the best TV shows ever made. Stranger Things is like the best TV show ever made. Like,
I got a poster. I got a hoodie.
Oh man, I want the hoodie so bad.
I spent $85 on that hoodie.
You spent how much?
$85 on a completely custom Stranger Things hoodie when I was 16 working at McDonald's.
Is it sweet?
I don't wear it. I've never wore it.
That's a good idea. I have some because
I don't like it.
Oh, what?
There's too much going on.
Oh man. At least
and
it's
he fucked up the stitching because it's like a custom made by like a guy, and he fucked up the stitching on the hood.
Oh, it wasn't like a Stranger Things hoodie.
No, it was like a custom made. Like
that's a whole different deal.
Yeah, and I was 16. I was like, this is sweet. I'm buying this. And then there was no pictures of the back, and that's where it got me.
There's shit on the back, or there's nothing on the back.
The Demogorgon's on the back, which is kind of weird to be walking around with that on your back.
That's a little weird. Really that's a little weird.
But then he also messed up the stitching. So because 11, like, you know, the picture, the poster, like from the season 1 with like all of them standing, that's the front of it. And I was like, this is cool. And the arms are like the upside down thing. I was like, this is cool. Didn't show the back. Didn't really like the Demogorgon. Wish it was just like a black back, like a black hoodie.
Yeah.
And then if you throw the hood up, he used the same material from the front. So it's 11, but she's a Cyclops.
Oh,
it's
wow.
Just he sewed it toward the two eyes are together, so it's just 11 but with one eye.
That's like not even cool. That's kind of fun.
And I'm like I spent almost $90 on this and I can't put the hood up because people are like, why is it like that?
That's about as expensive as that gets.
Yeah, and I was like super stoked, and I was like, I think the back is either gonna have like the upside down design like the sleeves have, or it's gonna be like black. And okay, we had technical difficulty, of course, because that has to happen every episode.
Yes, sir.
But basically, to summarize about the hoodie, I wish it was different because there's different color scheme on the back, and 11's a Cyclops on the hood, and it just is goofy.
It's super goofy.
And I spent a lot of money on it, and I never wore it.
What's the dumbest thing that you bought when you were younger?
That hoodie.
Oh, really? What's the second dumbest thing?
That's almost a $100 hoodie that I haven't worn.
That's true.
That I bought when I was working at McDonald's at 16.
You make fat dough when you work at McDonald's?
No, I made $8 an hour.
How do you feel? Actually, no, we're not going to get that way. I was about to ask about the minimum wage thing, but we're not doing the politics.
Let's not talk about all that sort of stuff.
This is not going to be that podcast.
Game of Thrones, minimum wage.
Yeah, no. We can fight to the death over TV shows, but I will not go with politics and religion. We're not doing it here. There's other people for that. Speaking of politics and religion, I saw one of my favorite YouTube videos of all time at this point, and it was of this dude he was like preaching on behalf of Jesus, and he was preaching to like banish COVID, and he was going so hard, and this dude like put metal music to it, and it's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. It's one of the honest to God coolest things I've ever seen. It's actually so cool. Bang. It's so cool. I'm going to try.
You're gonna try to play it, and you're gonna get something that you completely don't want in this chat.
Yeah.
Wait, make sure the volume is right.
Oh, it's gonna be whatever it needs to be.
Oh wow, you got friends, huh?
Oh, thanks, Lil Yachty.
Oh, thank you. Is this it?
Yep.
Exercise judgment right now.
Because we have...
In the name of Jesus.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, man.
Standing in the office of the prophet of God, I execute judgment on you, COVID-19. I execute judgment on you.
This is perfect. This is perfect.
It gets better. Someone open up this pit.
I call you done. I call you doggone. You come down from your place of authority destroyer. You
Okay, well, that was perfect.
Yep, that's how it is.
That's great.
I love that. It's like my new favorite thing.
Just listen to that on your car ride to gym.
That and the Drake remix.
We're not playing that. We're not playing Scooby Dooby Doo. We're not.
It's so funny.
Because everyone that listens to this is probably gonna know when I say Scooby Dooby Doo.
Can I do a dramatic reading of the Drake remix? Excuse me.
Oh, he's doing it anyways. I said no. He just went.
A dramatic reading. What's that song actually called? Hang on. Okay. All right. Hang on.
Drake's hit song.
A dramatic reading of Drake's "Chilling on the Weekend Like Usual." I think.
That's not what it's called. It's a song title.
Hang on.
I'm gonna figure it out while you're reading.
I got this. So it goes as follows. Chilling on the weekend, like usual. Watching SpongeBob and Scooby Dooby Doo.
What?
She took the wires to my PlayStation. She doing too much.
Yeah.
I forgot to wipe my butt. I just pooped and got up. In actual rhythm, I'm sure that's much more satisfying, but it was the funniest thing.
Dude, you sent me a voice message and you just died. You're like, this was the funniest video I've ever seen.
It was the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
You are literally playing it right now, aren't you?
I don't think it's going to come up.
You could not hold it back, could you? Look up like Drake Scooby Dooby Doo or something like that.
Scooby Dooby.
No. I think it's literally called I didn't wipe, I just pooped and stood up.
Chilling on the weekend like usual. Watching SpongeBob and Scooby Dooby Doo.
Yeah.
She took the wires to my PlayStation. She doing too much.
What?
I didn't wipe my butt. I just pooped and got up. She got the cutest daughter, so I went to pick her up and almost tossed her because she really kicked me right in my nuts. I had to put some ice on them.
And that's it. That's the whole thing, by the way. See, look, there he goes. He just loves it.
I'm starting to sweat, dude.
It's your favorite thing.
I forgot to wipe my butt, just pooped and got up. Oh, it was funny when I first heard it, but when it hit that line, I fucking died. Oh,
this is the guy telling me to watch Game of Thrones.
I'm gonna puke.
He's gonna puke because I forgot to wipe. I just pooped and got up.
Oh, okay. I need to do this. Say something. Run the ad. Run an ad.
With fuck. Give me like a brand.
Hydroxycut.
With Hydroxycut. What the fuck is Hydroxycut?
You don't know Hydroxycut?
I don't know what that is. I've heard of it. I forgot what it is.
Now presenting Hydroxycut Black. It comes in a syringe, and when you inject it right into your fat areas, it just.
What? Oh, that's the diet shit, isn't it? Hydroxycut.
Yeah.
With Hydroxycut, I lost 35 pounds.
Yeah,
like
in
that.
2 days. Oh, dude, I've been seeing that all over the radio. AZ Radio is literally like, you having trouble losing weight, doing all the things you're supposed to do? And it's like, just come take our pills, and we guarantee you'll lose 35 pounds in the first 4 to 8 hours. And it's like
4 to 8?
No, it's not. It's exaggerated.
I was gonna say, because if it said like 4 to 8, you know what?
Pending.
Okay. This is gonna get a little weird. But you're in like a truck stop or like a gas station, and up next to the counter they have all the penis pills.
Yes.
Okay, I see those every time, and I'm like, do you trust taking those?
Well, you have to drink a lot of water, but they usually work just fine. I mean, I haven't used them, but they seem to work.
Figured something out about milk, but like, you know, all those like fucking penis pills and things like that. It's like
super porn, like all that. Yeah.
You see all these random brands of things you've never heard of, and you're just gonna take that and hope that it doesn't make you blow up internally.
If you have even a semi-serious knowledge of chemicals and things you shouldn't have in you, and you look at, like, we can all understand that if you look at a pill, it's like the way a pill is constructed is that it's 2 halves of a capsule. You put shit in it and then you shut it, and then it dissolves in your stomach, and that is obvious. Yeah. So anything can be in that capsule. So when you take a little extends package and then you flip it over and the fucking ingredients list is longer than the description of what it does.
I was gonna say something inappropriate, but never mind.
When the ingredients list is longer than your teeny tiny man wiener.
Okay. I just thought it'd be funny.
No, but it's why would you take that? So here, no, I'll throw it even further back. We're in the age of nostalgia right now. It's 2004. Okay. You're up super late with your buddy eating pizza.
And you pop a penis pill.
You pop an extends? No.
You and the homie just pop an extends.
No, hang on a second. Hang on. No, that's not where I was going with that. No, when you and your dude just pop extends and wonder what's next. No, it's fucking.
No, you're playing Smash Bros. It's you wonder, should we smash, bro?
Should we smash, bro? Oh man, the amount of times my friends have asked me if I wanted to smash, and it was about the game. Now I'm like, oh, now I get it.
Now I get it. Late night, the boys, a pizza, smash, and some extends. Okay, what were you gonna say? Sorry.
Listen, it's 2004. Your friend just falls asleep, right?
Oh no.
You're still awake because you're one of those kids, and you're like, I stay up all night, and really it's just because you drink too much pop and you have too much caffeine. And then you're watching Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, whatever it is, super late at night, Cartoon Network. You're either watching Adult Swim or whatever. Friends is on Nickelodeon. Like, fucking, it's the Friends, or it's like...
Teen Nick.
Yeah, Teen Nick, like some shit. Friends pops on. What's another show that's on super late?
George Lopez.
George...
All you hear is, all my friends. Low rider.
No, yeah, it's fucking.
And they're jumping when you wake up in a fever dream. And you're like, what is happening?
Speaking of George Lopez,
it's loud.
I saw this meme and it was like, I wish I could thank George Lopez for keeping me up all those nights and having a friend. Like,
yeah, like
he's like America's dad.
Yeah, dude, you wake up, you see him jumping on the trampoline. You're like,
exactly. What's happening? You're like, oh my god, you hear? Well, I can't make the noise, but it's the beginning of that Lowrider song where it's like that. It's that tromboli or whatever. You hit it with a stick. And it's like. It like makes that noise at the beginning of that song.
I couldn't imitate, but
that bass line is also iconic. It's like boom, 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 boom. It's fucking.
Anyways, go with your story because
the epitome of musicianship, Lowrider.
Okay, go with your story because I want to hear.
2004. Your friend's conked. You're up. You know, you're watching TV. You're watching George Lopez, and then you can run like the George Lopez Friends marathon from like 12 at night to like 3 in the morning, and then. Yeah. And then uncharted territory. And then what comes on but a fucking infomercial that will run for the next 6 hours until your friend's dad gets up for work and you have to pretend to be asleep. Okay? And what is it? It's a fucking penis commercial. And what is it? It's that pump. That fucking pump. And it shows the fucking... Yeah, it shows the like... the not so much like a wiener, but we all know it's a wiener. And then you put it over the wiener and then you just like bicycle pump it. And then somehow for anybody 50 and over, supposedly
it's not supposed to kill you.
You're rocking the Stone Boy for the next like 4 hours.
Yeah. And anything over 4 hours, you should contact your doctor.
Yeah, absolutely. Or hit it with a little needle.
Yeah. I don't know how people throw, like a balloon.
Yeah.
Little flap.
Yeah. You could fly.
I don't know how people do things like that. Like,
well, at that age, I mean, they advertise it for erectile dysfunction, right? Like, I knew what ED was before I knew what the color purple and red was when you mixed it. Like, those infomercials were very informative.
But it's like, you know, at what age are you like, I'm going to put this crazy hand pump on my body and pump a bunch of blood?
Yeah. I don't know.
like I don't know.
The same age where you have too much money and it's like I just got my retirement. Just
got my retirement. Penis pump in the mail.
Here we go. Make my wife proud. And it was
this
always
podcast is different than all the.
They would always run. I got things to say. Okay, they would always run. Those infomercials would always They would always lean on the fact that it's like your wife is going to be disappointed if you don't pump your wiener, and it was always like it was. So if you can't. Which I'm sure that you can reminisce on this because I don't know if you're like if you have seen these before, someone has, and it always starts the same way, and it's always a like attractive woman, right? And she's the one like pitching it because obviously you want to hear it from the girl so you know it's okay to do. And then like she's pitching it, and the fucking dude, the really old guy, pulls up in like a race car, like a Tony Stewart race car, and he gets out in a full fucking like fucking Dale Earnhardt Jr. like fucking onesie, pops the helmet off, and he's like, I use it all the time. And then you're like, oh my God, if this guy can use it and she's cool with it, why don't I get it? You know what I mean? Like and then it's the infamous like 4 easy payments of $39.99.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I can't believe you haven't seen these things.
No, I know what you're talking about.
And like, I mean, you know what I'm talking about. Everybody knows what I'm talking about.
It's all everything pre 2007 is a fever dream.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Here we go.
No. Wait. No.
No, this is it.
No, it's not.
It's not? Well, I'm still
understanding how.
I'm Dr. Chan. Today's topic is.
This isn't it.
Vacuum erection devices.
Okay. This podcast.
Well, I got the name for the podcast.
Okay, we're not playing that.
Vacuum erection devices.
This podcast has erectile dysfunction.
Chilling on the weekend like usual.
So. Let's branch off back towards what we usually talk about because we got into Game of Thrones and erections. And extends with the boys.
I just blocked an extends with my homie. Wait to see what he says when he finds out. No, wait. That's a party game, dude. We'll all throw an extends and then wait, and then the last guy that pumps his balloon is winner.
Pumps his
winner. Yeah.
Is the winner.
Pop goes the weasel.
I was gonna say something really gross, but this podcast is gonna take a mad turn if I do.
Put that big ass explicit sign on this one.
Okay.
This one's for the fences. Don't show your grandma this one.
Don't show your grandma this one. Have you ever? You know what soggy biscuit is?
Oh wow, you were like, this is too rated R, and now you're jumping in with the biscuit.
You know what it is, right?
Everybody knows what it is.
Okay, because that's what I thought you were going with the extends, where it's like the last dude has to. I don't know.
Oh no, you're thinking of like a Russian lemon party.
What is a Russian lemon party?
Rusty trombone.
That.
It's getting bad. It's getting hot in here. You hot? It's getting hot.
No, I'm cold as hell, and I think I'm getting sick again. Can we talk about that?
Well, in 2.5 hours, I got to call my doctor, so we're gonna need.
Nice.
We're gonna need to know this.
I think I'm getting sick again.
Well, okay. Let's now that we've fished out our serious audiences for all you killers. How was your trading week?
Oh, we're just gonna gloss over my health. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, well, we got to get to that, don't we? I mean, like, your pneumonia. How's that doing?
I don't, dude. Look, okay. So today was Easter.
Happy Easter, everybody.
Or yesterday was Easter.
Happy not Easter anymore.
And had dinner with the people I live with, and then my brother stopped over.
Damn, you just like exiled had dinner with the people I live with. Like, you could have said family, you could have said mom, dad.
Yeah, but that sounds way too specific because it's like multiple.
You don't
people
want people
of my
to know
family.
that you don't want people to know that you have a family. You're like, I have to keep exile. Like,
but either way, don't know what happened. But I went to sleep and I woke up, and now my lungs hurt again, and my throat hurts.
You still sleep with the window open?
No, but it is extremely cold in my room. That could be it, but I just feel like
I would imagine.
Because it's like 30 degrees in my room right now.
See, that's not cool.
Not 30 degrees, but maybe like a 40. It's in the 40. It's cold as hell in here, and I kind of just
your bedroom when you're asleep, like you're asking for it. Like,
I also had a fan on.
See, you blow that fan straight at your face.
It's less than a foot away from my face.
See, now you're gonna get dry lung. You're just gonna fucking dry your esophagus out until the point it crumbles.
Is that a thing?
I mean, it's not the best. Like, think of it like this. You ever had cotton mouth?
Yeah, but it's like your whole.
It's an absence of water in your. Yeah, right. It's an absence of water in your mouth. The absence of you salivating. Usually, it's because you're high, or it's because you're not hydrated. It immediately followed calf cramps, leg cramps, on the special occasion, and ass cheek cramps. You get cramps on top of your cramps. Basically, it's like an infinite flexed muscle, and you're dead. You're dying, or you will be dead soon. And basically, like, if you're just shoving cold air in your throat all night, like, what's wet in your whistle? You know what I'm saying? You're not drinking, you're not talking, you're not swallowing. You're just like blowing your, like, take a sock, dunk it in water, okay? Put an air dryer or like a blow dryer on it, and then just like shoot it for a while. It's gonna dry out, right? Like,
yeah.
You're doing that to your throat. You sleep with your mouth open?
Probably most of the time, yeah.
See, you're literally just like inviting all the air. Plus, it's cold already. Like, no amount of water could fix that. But
look, man,
you could fix it with Flex Seal.
Okay.
Pen pinning.
Okay. Wow, that was fucking crisp. Yes. It felt like you tickled my ear.
Oh shit! We're about to do it.
ASMR.
ASMR.
Okay, that one wasn't as crisp.
Fuck. Okay.
But anyways, just to kind of finish on that.
Yes.
It might be that because I wasn't sick yesterday.
That would be my first guess.
And nobody was sick that came over, which was my brother. And nobody here is sick, or else I would already, you know what I mean? So it's like,
you're gonna get the Dos Equis.
It's 46 degrees outside. I would assume it's very close to that in my room.
Right.
So I'm gonna try to deal with this. Maybe drink a really hot cup of tea. I'm gonna have to deal with this.
You should have tea.
Like a really hot cup of tea.
That might help. Don't do too hot. But tea.
Well, not really, but like hot.
Right.
Hot tea.
Right.
Get things moving in there.
Get things moving. Burn myself a little bit.
Anyways, trading week.
Yes.
You asked me about it.
I did.
Are we talking last week? Because obviously it's fucking Monday.
It seems almost pointless at this point to talk about it.
How far in are we?
A whopping 51 minutes.
Okay, you know what? We can finish on the trade week.
That's boring. No one's here for trading.
We started off with a banger.
Banger.
I think. Banger. Banging.
Could you name
Friends?
the first thing? What?
What? Could I name the first thing we talked about?
Can you name two of the characters from Friends?
From Friends? Joey and why do I want to say Seth? There's no Seth in Friends. I've watched all of Friends, by the way.
Okay, you're not really here with me then.
I can't think of the names. I don't know.
God damn it.
I know Joey.
It's Joey, Chandler, Monica, Phoebe, Rachel.
Wow.
Ross. I can tell you their last
Have you
names
watched all of them?
1,000 times. I grew up on that show. Like, absolutely grew up with it. Still watch it.
I've watched all of it. I watched all of it.
Joey Tribbiani. You got Ross Geller, Monica Geller, Phoebe Buffet. Her sister's name is Ursula.
Okay.
Rachel Green.
Okay. Stop.
Chandler Bing.
Bing it.
Bing it?
Okay.
Oh, bung it. Is it Bing or Bung? We never figured that out.
So Chandler Bung.
You remember Bung Holio?
Corn Holio.
Oh, fuck.
Do you?
Apparently not. Can you do the voice?
No, I can't. My throat hurts.
Oh, okay.
I don't even think I can do Kermit.
I can't even dunk anymore. My ankles are weak. I can't write anymore. My fingertips hurt.
Those sound like legitimate reasons.
I can't talk anymore. My teeth hurt.
You really are a pain.
Hey, man. The only thing that's in pain here is your throat, apparently. Keeping you from all those things. Yo, you want to do the podcast? Can't. My eyes hurt.
Man, shit. You know my favorite, okay, little sidebar. My favorite thing, I've seen so many of these tweets where it's like a person acting like a celebrity to come to like their birthday party or their wedding.
Oh, fuck.
And they don't give a date, right? It's just like, hey, would you come to my wedding? And it's like, oh, sorry, I can't. I'm busy that day. No date.
You're just fucking lying at that point.
It's my favorite thing.
Hey, can you watch my kids when I go on vacation? Yeah, no, I'm busy. My mom died.
That day, I gotta.
Oh, your mom died 5 months from now?
Yeah, dude. It's been a hell of a journey.
What's the biggest excuse you've ever given for something that you did?
Oh, God, I'd have to think.
I got a good one. I'll start while you think.
Yeah, go.
One time, I threw up in the bathroom in elementary school. And I'm talking projectile. Like, I'm talking, like, painted the walls. Like, it was bad.
Nice.
Because obviously, like, when you're in elementary school, you're built different. You're designed.
I have a story after this. Yeah.
Right. Good. Don't forget it. You're designed to fire out of every hole in every way imaginable when you're in elementary school. But you're just built. You're just a machine. Basically, in Sparta, you would have been in the wilderness at that point, like just a fucking warrior in a child's body. And I just evacuated on this fucking bathroom, right? And I did not feeling it. And so my first thing was like, no one's gonna believe me if I throw up, so I'm gonna have to show somebody. So I go back to the class and I go get my buddy, and I can't remember his name because I can't remember his name. I think he moved away.
Nice.
He wasn't a good friend though, because he when I brought him to the room, to the bathroom, I brought him to the locale, and I said, look, homie, you're gonna have to vouch for me. He took one look at it, and then he yacked. Right?
Damn.
He yacked, and I was like, you got weak stomach, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, he's a bitch, so I had to get someone else. But I didn't do that. I just went straight to the nurse, and I told the nurse that he threw up all over the bathroom, like all of it, his and mine, because I didn't want to get in trouble, right? But I told her my belly hurt because I saw it, and I was like, I saw it happen, so now I'm sick. So I got out of being accused of the puking and also got to go home sick.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like an excuse. It sounds like you just finessed the kid and you made out on top.
I absolutely did.
You made out 100%. Because now you weren't sick. Or you were sick. They didn't think you were sick. He was, the one, and then you got to go home. That's perfect.
Yeah. I was a trauma victim at that point.
I have 2 stories, actually.
Hit me.
First story.
Hit me with the double feature.
Speaking of throw up, we'll stick on that for a second.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
It was 4th grade, Ms. Anderson's class, and she did not like me. I was seated away from every other student. I had to sit by her desk, in my own desk, like pulled across, and she just didn't like me at all. And I came into class, and you can still hear me, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm not cutting out doing this.
No, you're good.
I was sitting there and I was like, hey, I feel horrible. I was like, I am going to throw up eventually. And she was like, no, you're not. Stay there.
Oh.
And I was like, okay. And I said it again after like 5 more minutes. I was like, I feel really sick. And she was like, you're just trying to make an excuse to get out of class. 5 minutes later, I look to my left and throw up all over the ground, and she yells at me.
Oh, no.
And she's like, go to the office right now, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I told you this was going to happen. I was like, I told you this was coming.
You really did.
And I walked out in the hallway, and I threw up in the hallway again while I was walking out there. And I was like, I'm just really bad. And then I went to the office, and they called home, and my grandma came and got me. But I walked back to the class to grab my book bag so I could go home. And the custodian was there cleaning up in the hallway, and I apologized. And he's like, oh man, you're cool, blah, blah, blah. I get it. It happens. Super nice, right? Go back into class, and she's still yelling at me.
What?
She's like, get out of my classroom. She was like, you are sick. Get out of here. And I was like, I'm just grabbing my bag. She was like, no, you don't get your bag. And I was like, I'm grabbing my bag. Like, it was horrible, dude.
Wow, she was blitzing you.
Okay, and then second story.
Okay, well, hang on a second. Before, you gotta comment. You gotta commentate. You gotta talk. You gotta wait.
By the way, that was traumatizing for me because I wasn't allowed to throw up in the trash can. Why? What?
Like, why? Why would you do that? Like, why? I feel like that's just what a douche.
She wouldn't even let me get up to the trash can.
If you could,
I could feel.
If I could put you, if I could put you on the phone, if I could put you on the phone with her right now, what would you say?
But remember when I threw up in your class and I warned you 3 fucking times?
She's like, yeah.
I should have thrown up on you.
Oh. And how many times do you think that you would have had to throw up on her for her to get mad at you?
Because I didn't even throw up on her and she was mad.
Oh, see, this is bringing that bitch full.
I remember the feeling and everything that I had that day.
Uh-huh.
I could feel like in my throat that something wanting to come up, and I was like, I'm gonna throw up.
Oh, God.
And she was like, no, you're not getting out of that desk. And I was like, okay. And then I throw up and everyone just stares at me. And I'm like,
what
do you guys want me to do? I was like, I'm not allowed to move. I was
you did this shit. Like, what the fuck? All right, what was your second story? Is it worse or better?
Okay. Kind of funny.
Okay, all right.
Kindergarten or first grade. Sorry. Kindergarten or first grade.
Classic.
I was very, very young. Okay. I was a little kid.
Yes.
I was in class and I hated school at this point. I only wanted to be at home.
Right.
I was trying to how can I get home? In my little kid scheme in mind, how can I get home? So of everything I could have done, I pissed my pants where I was sitting.
Well, what were your candidates? Did you break down some other options, or did you just go straight for pee pants?
I don't know, but I just remember I was like, I'm gonna piss right here, and I'm gonna get to go home, and I did, and I got to go home.
Wow, that makes you think every time that you could have done that in the future.
Yeah, and it was just like, I don't know what was going on in my brain that I was sitting there in the middle of class, and then I had to raise my hand and go, I just peed.
Wow, you sacrificed reputation.
Yeah,
Future
I had no friends in that school that I first went to.
You gave it all for the cause.
All of it. That's how much I wanted to be home. That I sat there and I was like, I'm going to pee on myself right now.
I'll give you a work smarter, not harder thing. One time I went into the bathroom, and you know the hand dryers?
Yeah.
I would spin the nozzle up and shoot it at my forehead long enough for my forehead to get really hot, and then I'd run to the nurse and be like, my head's hot, I'm sick. And then she would feel my forehead and be like, you are hot, and then take my temperature, and it was normal, and I'd be like, well, I don't know, I still feel this sick. And she's like, all right. she was on to me for sure, but I still made it home.
There were so many times I lied about being sick. So many.
Oh my God, so many. And that is not good reinforcement either, because then you just learn that you can lie to get what you want, and that does not build a better person.
Well, actually, it kind of messed me up in later years, because I used to do it in like high school. I'd just be like, you know what? Hey, teach, I'm not feeling great. Can I go?
Because they're gonna trust you at that point. They're like, you wouldn't lie.
And it's like, can I go? Can I go call home? I'm sick. But there was one day where I was like actually sick, not like throw up sick, but I just like something. I think I had a fever. It was the day I went home, because I actually got to go home, but they didn't believe me at first.
Oh.
And even my friends were like, you look like wrong. Like you look like sick as hell. And I was sitting there in like the couch, because my teacher didn't have desks. He had couches and stuff that he would find. And I was sitting there, and my friend was like, you look horrible. And I was like, okay. And I was like, should I try to go home? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, hey, I don't feel good. He was like, you did this last week. I know you're not really sick. And I was like, oh, fuck. And I was like, no, I'm really sick this time. And he was like, I don't think you're actually sick. And my friend had to like vowed it and like make it. He was like, dude, he'd like look at him. And he was like, okay, maybe.
Damn, you held like a trial and everything.
Yeah, it was great. And then that was the day I went home sick as hell and sat on my bed and watched all of Stranger Things. And that's where that saga started.
Wow, way to bring that around.
Yeah.
Way to whip that around the bend.
Because that's why I'll always remember that.
See, we learned a lot this podcast. We learned a hell of a lot. We learned
hell of a lot.
A lot. I'm not even going to go over it. But
nice.
Speaking of
super cool
speaking of getting out of things, where can the people find this podcast? And all the other podcasts?
How do those link? Hold up. Speaking of getting out of things, you can find this podcast on Spotify at Pipsqueaks Podcast.
You can. That's what. Yeah. Where else?
You can find it on YouTube, I think, also at Pipsqueaks Podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably more likely.
Instagram.
It's probably more likely that you can read about us in your business section in your newspaper.
It's also more likely that you can read about us too individually. Never mind. I'm not going to just go. On OnlyFans, yes. We're starting the Pipsqueaks Podcast OnlyFans.
So this is going to be an entirely charitable, like 10% of the proceeds go straight to a charity you're choosing. You're going to include it. You're going to include it in your picture request. And what?
It's not really okay. Let's preface. Charity of your choosing that we choose. There's two charities. One is the Josh Miller Foundation. Yep. The other is the Jacob Flowers Foundation.
Yeah, and these funds are going to go directly into the trading account.
Yeah, proceeds go directly into funding for trading.
Yeah.
No money wasted unless we blow it all, which we probably will.
Speaking of Bad Baby,
broke the record.
Did you see that she made $1 million in one day on OnlyFans?
It wasn't one day. It was 6 hours.
$1 million in 6 hours.
In 6 hours.
All the comments were like, y'all really couldn't wait until she took 18. Like, the second she turned 18.
She got the bag.
Yeah,
she was like, you know what?
Dr. Phil is rolling in his fucking bed right now. Like, God.
The first comment I saw was Dr. Phil deserves a pimp award. And I was like, wow, okay.
He really does.
But that is crazy, dude.
Cash me on OnlyFans. Anyways.
Cash me online. How about that?
We're shooting to break the record. So if you could just pop into that OF.
We're going to need at least up 2 mil in 5 hours.
Yeah, we need to amass that in about 5 hours and at least 58 minutes. So
how do you taxes on them?
You don't.
That's a lot of taxes.
That's an interesting question to ask your H&R Block guy. Like, yo, do I need to tax my feet pic revenue?
What? Yeah, no, I sell mad feet pics.
See that
people really like the hair on the toes.
A couple years ago, I got my taxes done, and they were just asking regular shit. And then I just got my taxes done. They were asking if I like hold Bitcoin or trade currencies. And now, a couple years from now, they're gonna be like, "Do you sell feet pics?"
Do you sell pictures of yourself spread eagle in a mirror?
Yeah. So you can find us. We actually are. We are actually. What's the word I'm looking for? What's
omnipotent.
Omnipotent. Got your mom depotent.
Okay, well, is that an Eminem line?
That is an Eminem line. That's from Rap God. And
okay,
I'm gonna
do. Because that's some dumb shit
I'm gonna do the Rap God really fast thing in the outro.
Whoa, omnipotent.
Yeah.
Figured out the definition.
What is it?
Having unlimited power, able to do anything.
Damn. That's the name of this podcast.
This podcast is omnipotent.
Yeah.
Or whatever the fuck.
Omnipona?
Omnipotent.
Epona is the horse from Zelda. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Spotify. If there's any tags left, you can find us on the bulletin board at your work.
You can find us on Instagram.
You can find us on Instagram. You can find us individually on Instagram as well, which is also in the description. You can follow us. Tell us your favorite part. You can follow Pipsqueaks Podcast on Instagram. You can catch new episodes on Mondays. It's all good. You know, there's only a couple more episodes before we run out of the unlimited backgrounds for the YouTube videos.
The
Beeple crap shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to have to recycle.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
So, you can catch us there. You can catch us in all those places, and you can catch the music on the way out. And now we're going to do that thing where we look towards each other and whisper softly like they do on the news when they zoom the cameras out. I'm gonna start a real OnlyFans. A whole picture of your butthole. The real butthole. Oh my god, yeah, we're totally gonna sell pictures of your butthole. We'll totally sell pictures. No, we'll totally sell pictures of your butthole. We'll do that.